Hey, I'm Kev Camelot. Welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya in the 7th round of the season, as we're coming off a couple of very disappointing results after our breakthrough win with Ducati in America. We've dropped back to almost 3 race wins back. The Yamaha of Valentino Rossi at the front, so we desperately need to get some results, get some podiums, get some wins, and get a run going if we want to keep our slim title chances alive until we go on to a qualifying effort round this circuit. Nice circuit on the bikes, nice circuit in the cars as well to drive, apart from that last section. But on the bikes, now the last time we see this layout, it's going to be different, of course, in MotoGP 17, just like it is in real life, using the F1 layout now after the tragic accident with Lewis in Moto 2 last year. So Bradley Smith does a 41.8 in this Tech 3 Yamaha. It's a track which was very good for us in Moto 2 last season, with Kev Camelot making his debut in the class with a fantastic race. We're hoping to repeat that, of course, this year, as we're 1.5 seconds up. Heading into famous left hand at the top of the hill as well. We run wide though. Should have held it down to second to help get the engine braking going, get that bike into the corner. So we outbrake ourselves again. Even worse. Once again, we should have got it down to second. God, fantastic first half of that, but now we're just messing up the second half of it. So up the hill, through the penultimate corner, drop it down to second. Oh, horrible over the curve. Now the final corner, got to kiss the curve as we get on the power. There we go, that's much better. But how much damage has the second half of that lap done to our lap time? We'll do a 41 for that. I think that's good enough to get through, but we've got to improve in Q2 if we do get through, and it looks like we will. Ahead of Hector Barber, our fellow Ducati rider, who just beats out Bradley Smith. So happy that we got through, but hope we're going to have a much better lap in Q2 as we improve our braking agility and cornering. No doubt you need those skills around this place. So here we go, take 2, and hopefully it is much better than the first time around, especially in the second after that, where we built a fantastic lead time-wise, and then just made a couple of silly mistakes braking into corners, not using the engine braking, getting down to second gear. So it's a bit nicer taking that corner in third. So here we go, down to second for the final corner to get this run down this long front stretch. That was not the run we wanted though. So we build the speed towards 200 miles per hour and in 6th gear. Can brake heavily for this first corner, braking a bit early. Missing the apex slightly. That seems to be good enough. Now this long third corner, taking it in 3rd gear. Gotta wait forever to just nail the power. This Kutcher does a 41.5. So we go to into the right hander, so easy to outbrake yourself there, and you've got to be careful on the power as you're always turning right before you go into the hairpin here. Heavy braking, clipping that apex, don't want to go onto the curb, maybe on the exit. Now build the speed, it's down to the bottom of the hill, 1.2 seconds up on Crutchlow. Take that in 2nd gear and stand the bike up into Campster corner, get it down to second here to clip the apex. And build the speed down this back stretch. Didn't make a mistake into that corner. We make it into this one. No, we get it down to 2nd gear again and 2.4 seconds up on the Brit. As Lorenzo now sets a faster time of a 40.5. We're looking to go into the 39s, I think, no, with this that time. It's got to be careful on the power once again out of that right hander. You're getting a female, aren't you? Got to be so careful on the power. These corners just waiting for it at times. Into the final corner, that's better than our than the first time we did it in this qualifying effort. And look at that, 37.5, blown away opposition. A qualifying effort. It's just like, what was it, Le Mans, where we had a fantastic qualifying effort. Look at that, almost 3 seconds ahead of Marquez and Lorenzo. Rossi 4th, Ian only 5th, Dovi 6th. But a fantastic qualifying effort from Kev Camelot. That's half the job done, but the most important job is, of course, to do it in the race and get a victory on the board. So let's see if the Ducati man can do that as we improve our throttle management with that qualifying effort.
Hello to all the bike racing fans tuning in. The MotoGP race is about to get underway here at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya for the 7th event on the calendar.
And yes, look at that front row. Camelot, Marquez, Lorenzo, 3 different manufacturers right up there. Got Suzuki of Vinales in 8th, his teammate in 10th. Then further back, got the Pramac Ducati pair alongside Bradley Smith on the 5th row. And right about, you got Tito Rabat in one of his home races.
Warm-up lap complete then. The riders have taken up their positions on the starting grid and the Grand Prix of Catalunya about to get underway.
Oh yes, can't wait for this race. Hopefully it's a nice smooth one for Kev Camelot. Let's build the revs, get underway for this 7-lap race. Normally the Yamahas get a good start, so we're blocking that off from Lorenzo. Then the Camelot ease as we break early into the first corner. And look at everyone trying to bunch past. We go 4 wide. And we come out in front, ahead of the Yamaha pair. Now through the 3rd corner. Can we maintain the lead? Got to be so careful on the power. Of course, we want to look after the tyres as well. Catalunya not too bad on the tyres though. Let's go into the right-hander. And slightly wide. Been very easy on the throttle on this first lap. As Dovi gets past Lorenzo for 3rd. Normally that's Ioni's job in the past few races. And so you've got exchange of roles though. Let's go into the left and up the hill. Got an almost 2nd lead on Rossi behind. This is what we needed on this first lap. Trouble free. And to run away from the pack. Despite that first corner being 4 wide, that was ridiculous, wasn't it? So they got almost 1.5 second lead on Rossi. So now we build the speed up the hill. Into the right, just been so gentle on this first lap. Trying to rev up the tyres. As we go a bit wide into the corner. That's not too bad. As long as we don't do it into the final corner, of course, for this long straight coming up. And we do not. So a very comfortable first lap. Total opposite of Mugello. It's almost got a 2-second lead behind. Breaking a bit early again to that first corner. We're virtually clipping the apex through the left, the right then left. A long right-hander. This 3rd corner, Nico almost 2.5 second lead on Rossi. There's now Lorenzo's past his teammate. We'd like to see that. Have the Yamaha pair battling behind while we sky away. And of course, they'd like Rossi to get past as well for championship ambitions. Like being way back at the moment. Even behind Pedrosa, who's been a constant kind of mid-tier rider so far this season. You know, not getting many top 5s. Says, oh, we cut the corner. This is a 2/10 penalty onto our finishing time. We're careful of doing that. Now, you want to do that on the bikes, of course. So really straight line that corner for the run up the hill towards the Campsa corner. We don't want to straight line it that much. So keeping our lead on Rossi, kept it in 3rd gear there. And somehow survive going into that left-hander. I thought it might affect our braking like it did on our Q1 qualifying effort. It's going a bit wide in that penultimate corner again. Really do not want to hit that curve on the inside. That's probably why. Keeping in this 2nd groove, not really hitting the apexes, but not so far out of it that now we're struggling. So you dip under the 1:40s in the 2nd lap. have a 2.8 second lead on Lorenzo behind. Lorenzo and Rossi battling around the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Look at that, over 3 second lead now. Here goes Rossi back past Lorenzo. Of course, not the last we're going to hear of that pair passing each other. Do wonder about behind though. Are my Ducati teammates behind? Or is it the Honda pair of Marquez and Pedrosa? So being very gentle on this third lap. Keeping an eye on the tyre wear. Always important. As that's better. Oh, not the swiftest of transitions into the right, but it wasn't as wide, going over that curve that we get a time penalty, so a bit better in general. So I'm in a very quiet race at the front. I know it might be a bit boring to watch, but it's just the kind of race that Kev Camelot needed after that incredibly disappointing Mugello race. Had the pace to win, but made a mistake at the first corner in qualifying. In the first lap in the race, made a couple of mistakes. Even after that fall, if he just kept it clean, probably could have battled for the win, but didn't. As now we dropped into the 38. So approaching the halfway mark of this race. Almost a 5 second lead on Rossi behind. Come on, Lorenzo. Get back past the doctor. Seems to be that final corner as well, where they're making the moves. The infamous final corner of where Rossi made that move on Lorenzo in 2009. Incredible finish. One of the best passing moves you'll probably ever see in MotoGP as well. It's in the context of it as well. Behind it with Lorenzo and Rossi battling for the title. We've known what happened next as well with Rossi going to Ducati. Not the next year, I think it was 2011, wasn't it? 2011, 2012, he went into, spent his time in the Ducati wilderness. But now we're seeing Lorenzo do that. It's going a bit better with a much better Ducati team as well. They really did struggle post-Stoner to rebuild themselves. But with having Andrea Dovizioso there as like a constant, really helping them out. And you've got guys like Andrea Iannone, Cal Crutchlow. Remember Cal Crutchlow at Ducati? No, I can barely remember it myself. And he kind of took that money deal. He's quite open about it as well. It's a bit refreshing. But of course it didn't work out after, and he's now back on a Honda and back doing very well at the beginning of 2017. Of course got his first couple of class wins as well in MotoGP last year. The second half of the season he was fantastic. He got at the very end of the year he had a couple of falls, but yeah, in general he was fantastic in the second half of last season. Good to see him continue that form at the beginning of 2017 in real life as well for Cal Crutchlow. Despite that fall in Jerez, when he went for the hard tyre and it just went from underneath him. Same for Paul Espargaro behind him as well. He had a much more spectacular crash. But good to see that the KTM rider wasn't too badly hurt. He's probably a bit battered and bruised. So that's the run we want up the hill as Lorenzo makes it past Rossi for second. Now we do take that corner in third. That's what you want. Because now we're in tyre conservation mode these last couple of laps. We keep it in second, get up to third when I feel the back end getting away. And in second through this right-hander. Just easing on the power. We take this corner in third. We've got such a nice lead. Pretty nice to have a less frantic race for once. After the past couple in Jerez, in Mugello, in Le Mans. Let's on to an alternate lap of the race. Look at that, 39.5, just consistent lap times now in the 39s. Of course, I'll take that. Definitely got that first sector nailed. And through this long right-hander. Kind of got that wall on the outside of which you're trying to put the power so early that you'll be running alongside it, like with the F1 cars that you see in real life. A bit less with the F1 2017 cars, of course. They can take that flat out, we saw. In real life as though we did not want to do that. Really rear up the rear tyre, and oh, we got a brake and run. We're into the gravel. Can we keep going? No, we're down. We're down. Get up. Now we've got an interesting race. As you saw, going over the curbs, not the thing you want to do around here. We're just going to ease around this final lap. But now we've just got a 1.5 second lead over Lorenzo, so we've got to keep our eye on the road. And I wasn't doing that, to be honest, out of that right. Kind of got into that zone where I wasn't really, you know, wasn't really focusing. Just doing it all by like memory. And now I definitely am focused, as I can hear those Yamahas behind. 45.8. 1.7 seconds behind is Lorenzo heading on to this final lap of the race. So they're not too close. But if I do make another mistake, they'll be ahead. So I just want to keep it nice and clean on this final lap. Running a bit wide there. Through the left-hander. Tyre wear's not too bad. As it looks like Rossi and Lorenzo are still battling for second place. That is going to be decided in the final corner, isn't it? So really back the bike up into that left-hander. We'll get a nice smooth exit though. As Lorenzo's back past Rossi. That's what we want to see, of course. Then we can take 9 points out Rossi instead of just 5. So going down the back straight for the final time. Breaking just at that 100 metre board. 2.5 seconds lead. Is now the lead over Rossi, who's got back past Lorenzo. What are you doing, Lorenzo? With that in the doctor back by you. As now we go to the penultimate corner. Keep it in third. And now the final corner of the race. Get down to second. Not really troubling the apex or the exit curb. But it doesn't matter as Kev Camelot gets another victory this season. Returns to the top step of the podium for the second time on his Ducati. Fantastic race. I know it may have been dull to watch, but that's just the kind of race we needed. As Rossi finished second, he won that battle ahead of Lorenzo by less than a tenth of a second. Pedrosa in fourth, good race from Danny. Ahead of Iannone, Marquez, Vinales, Dovizioso in 8th. Then the Espargos ran out the top 10. The last point going to Petrucci. Not a good race there for the Italian. So in the championship, but that means we return to 7th place ahead of Pedrosa by 10 points. And right on the tail of Dovizioso, Vinales as well. So knocking on the top 5 now. But it's still Rossi who leads by 14 points from Lorenzo. And in the constructors standings, Ducati take a little chunk out of Yamaha's lead, but it's still 32 points. Honda in third. Suzuki in fourth, separated by 18 points, with Aprilia still yet to score. So give us all the reputation and VR points, and just the result we needed as well as to improve our physical condition once again up to 83 now. But yeah, what a fantastic weekend in Barcelona.
Guys, let's all meet next weekend at the motor range. Get your flat track motorbikes ready if you want to come.
Yes, stilted Valentino Rossi. We're going back to the motor ranch doing the reverse circuit, and it's like for a flat track race. And I think, have I ridden the KTM yet? Let's go on the KTM. Let's remember to change the race options as well. No qualifying. Just going to do the race. Going to keep it a 3-lap race as well. So let's go back to the motor ranch. So here we are on the grid for this reverse layout race of 3 laps. This is going to be very interesting. And back on the flat track bikes as well. Do love these things. Nice and fun. So we can get these sideways, of course. Oh, now we're taking this as a right-hander down the hill. Seems to be much better. And, oh, we bashed the doctor out of the way. Thanks for inviting us. That's how I sank people who invite me into their homes. So now we're going up the hill. Here is the up the hill now turn. It's the right-hander. It's got this long right-hander now. So often these corners would be left-handers, but I think being with right-handers now, it should be a bit easier, I feel like. It's certainly much better with my right-handers than my left, it looks like, so far. So now we go over the top of the hill. And, oh, we're going this way. Totally forgot where I was going for a sec. As here comes Valentino for revenge. Get away from me, Doctor. I'm fine. It's, oh, we got bashed by someone else. By Marini. He's taken the lead. Good job from Luca. So we go down the hill. Of course, the last time we were around the motor ranch that I can remember, it's the Enduro Ranch race, or Enduro Ranch. I still can't pronounce it. And oh, we've been clipped by Marini. Down to 8th. Now this is the final corner with that tight left and now the open right. So we had to brake there, so we're going right into the side of Baldassari. Get down to 3rd, hook up this right-hander. We're treating it like the Catalunya 3rd corner, aren't we? Trying to hug the apex. We're trying to judge how much power we should take as we get right into the back of Balega and Morbidelli. As we are hunting blood here after Marini as he dived down the inside of Valentino. But he knew better than to turn in, just lets us run right like an idiot as, whoa, hello, Morbidelli. Where did this aggression come from? What have I done to you? Get some of it back. This is Balega right in front. And down the inside of the teenager. You know, he's old enough to be Camelot's son. Might be, never know. Kev Camelot has been around in his 44 years. As there's Rossi and Marini in front, battling for the win. But now there's a 3rd horse entering this race. And that's how we enter it. We give old Valentino a bit of a bash. I say old, he's still younger than Kev Camelot. As there's Marini, the guy who sent us to the back of the field the last lap. And oh, that really does make that kink so much faster as well. That's pretty nice, this reverse layout. I actually might like this better than the normal layout, to be fair. So interesting taking corners so differently. As you get past Marini and take the lead, heading on to the final lap of the race. Now, maybe he's got the Saint Marini after this race, because that fire in the monogas rider's belly has really upped his pace, as you saw in that second lap. From 8th or 7th into the lead, as now Rossi's fallen back behind Morbidelli. So we'll go up the hill now through the tight left-hander and the even tighter right. Keep it in 2nd gear and ease onto the power. And just waiting to get on the power through that right-hander. He's got a 2-second lead. And the Italian behind. Now over the hill, very fast. And then the left up the hill. Take that in third gear. Got a 2.5 second lead over Marini behind. Just judging the power through here. Don't really want to brake until that right-hander. And again through the left, judging just the power. Keeping it in third gear. And then now this left hand is just a flip and take it at much more speed than it is as the right hander normally. But they're keeping that gap to Marini behind as you wave to the crowd and approach the final corner. And Kev Camelot makes it a very successful couple of races and takes another victory, this time round the Moto Ranch, despite falling as well when he was batting for the lead earlier. But look at that, 50.5, everyone else 53s or slower. Guy Martin in 13th, the Brit on the Honda. Nice guest appearance there. Good to see you. That he's been acknowledged in the game as well. Let's give us all the reputation of VR points and some experience as well, the agility, body position. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll be back next time, no doubt back on the Ducati. So sign up for watching and I will see you then.